Hey guys, welcome to this Making the Movement episode. I'm here at North Brunswick Township High School doing some OurSociety Civic Engagement Seminars with the students here. So you'll see me tuning in throughout the day, just kind of giving updates. It's really successful. First class was great, 7:30 a.m. I haven't been up this early in a long time for class, but it was exciting to hang out with the students, some really insightful aspects. And it's great to see this Cows generation, being so knowledgeable and so involved. I was super impressed. So I'll snag some photos of the next class, hopefully, and we'll see you soon. Hey guys, I don't know if you can see behind me or hear the hum of the noise. Just got done with our second educational seminar. Super awesome. It was so enlightening to hear the perspective of these young, Gen Zers, I guess you'd call them. Really enlightening to hear their perspective on civic engagement, voting, and the power of money in politics. It was, awesome to see how insightful and how educated they really were at such a young age. It blew me away because I certainly wasn't there. So you can hear the hustle and bustle. So really a great day, awesome making the movement, and I'm so looking forward to doing more of these civic education classes. It's just been a phenomenal experience for myself and our society to learn and really get some perspective.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the OurSociety Experiment and today's Making the Movement episode. Today's Making the Movement episode, I'm just kind of decompressing right now. We had two events today. Two educational seminars at the North Brunswick Township High School, my local high school where I live. And we had an opportunity to go in and have a discussion with two separate classes about civic engagement. And right off the bat, I gotta tell you, I was super impressed by the students. Some of the questions we got asked were really insightful. Some of the perspective I thought was really unique. When we started doing these classes, the idea was that with technology changing at such a rapid pace and society going through these really tumultuous times and these rapid changes as well, I want to kind of get the perspective of the new generation, the Generation Z, so to speak. I believe they're post-millennial, or at least around that age, someone at the opposite end of the spectrum, and kind of see what their perspective on the world is and their perspective on civic engagement is and what that means to them. And what's interesting, I thought was super interesting, because we asked a bunch of questions, and when we talked about civic engagement and why people don't get involved, and specifically we kind of tailored it to voting. Of course, with the OurSociety Experiment, that's what our free and open election campaign platform is about. A lot of the reasons they thought people don't vote, or whether they thought, or whether there was the reasons they did, were the same reasons we've been hearing for decades, right? It's you don't know enough about the candidates. My vote doesn't matter. It came up a lot was how in the most recent presidential election, the popular vote was outweighed by the Electoral College. That really affected their consciousness and the way they perceive voting. We talked about the future of representation, how not only are the millennial demographic, or the post-millennial demographic more diverse, even though the millennials are more diverse as well. But they'll be even more diverse, and I even threw in a little chime of just the aspect of exponential growth of technology and how that's shaping our lives and how that shapes our paradigms. And I really believe that people who are 18 right now are going to be a true catalyst generation for social change. And hopefully, my generation, the millennial generation, can lay the foundation for them to really springboard off of. So we got some really great feedback. About just the OurSociety project. We got a lot to tell them about. We talked a lot about money in politics. We read the article published in the OurSociety blog about the disparity in fundraising here in New Jersey, which I thought was they thought was pretty interesting. But again, overall, I just think it was a really positive experience. My only wish is I got to spend more time with the students. I was genuinely enjoying myself, and that 55 minutes, going into the class, I thought that was going to be, forever. And you always have the fear. I shouldn't say you always. This is my first time doing this, but I imagine the fear of when you go to student teach a class or be a guest speaker. It's just blank faces, right? Staring back at you. But no, it was totally cool. Everyone was really warm. The teachers were awesome. The students were awesome. I mean, it was just such a positive experience, and I just cannot wait to do it again. I'm going to work on, over the weekend, scheduling some follow-up activities for the teachers, and hopefully I can see the students again. And I hope to even do this to more high schools, not just my own local one. It was really, again, just a really great experience, and I think really cool to introduce them to our society, at the end, of course, I can't help myself. I got to talk about the OurSociety vision. I got to talk about what we're building and why we're building it and why I want them to be a part of it, because the technology exists to change a lot of things that we were talking about that frustrated us, and I was really excited about that. So if you are watching this and you're saying, hey, that's a kind of neat idea, and you want to do something similar for your local high school, whether the high school you went to or the high school that's in the town you're in, just connect with us. We can comment below. We'll reach out to you. We have lesson plans. We have content. It was a pretty structured experience, which it was loose. It was discussion style, but I had a structure that way. It wasn't just some abstract kind of mumbling around. There was a flow to the conversation, and I'm happy to share all of that. Our society wants to promote civic engagement, and I think this new Generation Z is going to be a critical aspect of the future. And certainly we want them on board with our society so their voices can be heard, and they can make better decisions based on their own personal values, even if they don't have the time to really dig in just yet. So that ends my exciting rant about the experience today doing the civic engagement seminars. Thank you so much, as always, for doing the OurSociety Experiment. One final little personal note, say goodbye to my blue background. I am moving this weekend and I will have a new home office, so don't be surprised when you see the next video. It has a different color background. I believe it's white. I don't know. So maybe we'll have some stuff hanging up. But yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Making the Movement. We'll see you next time.